welcome. Glad you guys could make it. I just want to start off saying our kids they've hit the reset button, and we are looking forward to starting over and attacking this week with Air Force with a lot of energy and emotion and hopefully a lot of discipline because we're going to have to play a lot better as far as holding on to the ball and assignment-wise on defense to have a chance to compete with them. So we are very excited to have the privilege of playing the Air Force Academy on Saturday and look forward to going out and putting out a good show. So I'd like to open it up for any questions.
You touched on this a little bit after the last week's game, but knowing that the discipline you have to have facing an option offense like Air Force's, is this the perfect week to see how much your kids have learned about discipline, or just an awful week considering what happened at the end of last week's game with discipline?
Well, every opportunity is a good opportunity for us. I mean, we look at it as it's a great opportunity, and we're excited about it, and we've got to learn to be assignment perfect. I mean, we're practicing on the defensive side. Not the whole practice, but a lot of periods without a ball, so everybody's just worried about their assignment and what they have to do. And the thing that was the toughest for us is we've got to get ready for cut blocking because we do not cut block, and we've got to get our guys prepared for cutting, and it's hard to simulate their speed from our look team in practice. So, we've got to do a lot of drills, and we've got to, get our guys ready to play off cut blocks and be able to still play fast. It's been around forever. I've been on both sides of it where I coached. I've coached in the triple option offense that Paul Johnson ran at Hawaii. I've coached in the I-bone, wishbone at University of Oklahoma, but way back when Coach Switzer put in. So, I mean, we always cut block, but now recently I haven't been cut blocking because, just look at player safety. It's a huge issue with player safety, and we're talking about protecting everybody with targeting in the head and targeting, the quarterback and those kind of things. I don't want to make a big issue out of it. It's got its pluses and it's got its minuses. I guess it depends on what offense I'm running. If I'm running the triple option, heck yeah, I love it. If I'm not, I don't. So, I've got no one way or the other on it. It's football, and we got to go play. We can't make an excuse. I mean, we got to be prepared. I mean, we're not going to say that to our players that we don't believe in it or anything like that because I've taught it, and when I'm in that offense, I think it's a wonderful thing to do. So, it is what it is. We've just got to go play and be prepared. It's our job as coaches to get them prepared for it.
Coach, when you face a successful running team, possessions and amount of plays run could be affected. What are some of the keys that you want your team to focus on execution-wise in this game?
Offensively, not turning the ball over, holding on to the ball, taking care of the football. That's huge. And no self-inflicted penalties where you start a drive at, first down and all of a sudden it's 1st and 15 because you had an illegal procedure penalty. We've got to limit our mental mistakes, and we have to take care of the ball. You cannot waste opportunities when you do have the football. You're going to cut out. I can't tell you exactly how many possessions we've had. I know we had 80-something plays in both games. So you got to cut out some of those possessions because of the clock ticking if a team's running the ball. But, don't get caught up in Air Force just running the option. They do a lot of things, and they do a lot of things well. They've got an excellent quarterback, and they've got some skill guys, and they're able to spread you out and throw the ball, and they're able to run the option. They're not just a one-dimensional option football team. They can spread it out and throw the football. So don't get caught into thinking it's just going to be all option. They're diverse when it comes to doing, on the offensive side. So you have to take advantage of every possession that you get.
You saw some option last year with Texas State. Are there any things that you can take from the practices from that game that some of the players could improve?
Different option. It's a different option, But, again, they do a lot more things than just option football. So, you've got to prepare for a lot of things. I've seen them get in the eye. I've seen them get in three wide out looks with and their tight end, and I've seen them get in a lot of different things that they can do. So you've got to prepare for a little bit of everything.
Coach, are you satisfied with your offense's ability to scoring more than 34 points a game so far?
I am not satisfied, no, because there's more out there. Basically, if you execute what we're asking you to do and cut out some of the mistakes and take care of the football. The main thing is taking care of the football. 7 turnovers in 2 games. That's 7 missed possessions that you have a chance to put points on the board. I mean, we haven't even come close to hitting our potential offensively. I think our stats are probably pretty good. I haven't checked them because I really don't pay much attention to those. Only stat that really matters is W's and L's, and so I haven't really paid attention to them. But I would imagine after 2 games, they're probably pretty good in the nation, not just in our conference. But we haven't even hit our full potential. I mean, when you watch the game film as coaches, I mean, there are so many missed opportunities that we've failed upon, and 7 less possessions by turning the football over. Imagine if you execute in those 7s where it'd be, So we've got a lot of room to grow and get better. I mean, we could score a lot more points and put up a lot more yardage if we just took care of the football and execute our base stuff.
Can you contrast this year's team after the second game with last year's team after that second game that was, I guess, probably one of the worst they've played since you were here?
No comparison. We're so much better. It's not even funny. I mean, and that's not any slight to anybody who played here last year. We're just second year of our program. We're still a very young football team. I mean, we only have 6 seniors that are out there playing. So we're a very, very young football team that's going to get better and better. We missed a great opportunity, but give all the credit to New Mexico State for taking the opportunity. So, we're not, compared to last year, it's night and day, or not even close.
Seems like the playbook is opened up a little bit too. There are some things that I think even haven't even been shown yet. That
No,
we're still waiting.
just wait until year 3 and 4. Once because these kids are going to be back with us for a while. We're just bringing them along. We want to teach them base concepts and continue to grow the offense and grow with them. So, there's a lot of potential, but potential's an ugly word. That's something you haven't reached yet. We need to reach it in a hurry if we want to have a chance to win this weekend. It's a good football team, well coached. Troy does a great job, outstanding coach, and we have to be prepared. We have nothing but the utmost respect for the military academies, Air Force. I've gone against them many a times. I was at New Mexico when we played against them. I was at University of Hawaii. We used to be in the same conference, years ago in the WAC. New Mexico, Hawaii. Played against them when I was at Fresno State. Coached against them when I was at Notre Dame. Coached against them at Washington. Excellent program, excellent coach, excellent people.
Why is that?
Well, when you drop 8 and you rush 3, that's usually very difficult to get pressure, and we've been doing that a lot in long yardage situations, and we have to create pressure by bringing more than 5, bringing more than 4. We've got to bring 5, 6 guys to get pressure. It's part of its scheme. Part of it is still developing young guys to be pass rushers. I mean, when you're asking them to 2-gap some things and then pass rush, and you're young guys that are, again, all of our starting 3 down linemen, and then you add McKindy, who's the rush in. They're all 18, 19-year-old kids that are still developing. And we've just got to keep developing them and bringing them along.
Is there any chance of simplifying some of the schemes to try to help them?
Well, I don't think it's too. The schemes up front aren't too difficult. There's only so many schemes you can have up front. There's only.
Referencing talking about 2-gap and stuff like that, developing as far as
There's either 1 gap or 2. There's not too many. You can slant and angle. I mean, they can do different things, to move them. But we've just got to get better at what we do and continue to grow. And we're a work in progress. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, we are a work in progress. We've got to get better every weekend. We've got to get guys more comfortable in what they're doing and continue to develop the fundamentals and techniques it takes to rush the passer and do different things. We're a work in progress all the way around, offense, defense, special teams. But way ahead of where we've been.
Coach, you talked about towards the end of the game, last game, learning how to finish. Defensively, your defense came out pretty well in the first half. Finishing defensively, what would you like to see the team do better?
Finish with a win. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Find a way to win. I don't care how pretty it is. Just one more point than they've got, at least one more point than they have. So figure out a way to finish that and get off the field on third downs. We got them into a couple third down situations, got them into a fourth down situation. Finding a way to just get off the field. No matter how you do it, some way. We also need to create more turnovers. If you're going to give it away, you better take it away.
Does a lot of that go back to creating pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to make decisions?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it is just the way that you come in and try to strip the ball out and those kind of things. But the more pressure you can get on anybody, the better. I mean, I learned a long time ago by my father, pressure makes a pipe burst. So the more pressure you can get, the better.
Would that imply that the dropping 8 and rushing 3 might not be something that you want to see continue?
No, we'll do it. We'll continue to do it. Just got to do it in the right situations. I'm not questioning or second guessing anything. It's just, there's sometimes when you go out in the game before and you get stung with coverage in the secondary, you want to find a way to help them. So they threw the ball all over the field on us in the first game. I think they threw for over 400, didn't they? Or close to it. So we try to protect the secondary some and help them out. And then, you sacrifice one for the other. It's easy to sit back and second guess now, but, we will do a lot of things as the course of the season goes. We're not going to invent a new defense or change anything, and what Jesse Minter does is excellent. We just got to continue to do it and do it better.
Do you like where you are on third downs, Coach? You're 50%, and you've also done well on fourth downs. So in those pressure downs, your team seems to be executing pretty well.
Well, I think if you look at the average third down yardage is a lot better for us than it's been in the past. I don't have the exact stat in front of me, but I guarantee it's no. Last year, I think our average third down situation was almost 3rd and 10, and you don't really have. If you're 50% at that, then that's shame on defense, But you've got to keep it in third and manageable down in distances, and I think they've done a better job of that. I'm never happy. I mean, I want to be 100%, but 50% on third down conversions, that's pretty good. I mean, that has to be, pretty high ranking, no matter somewhere. I know it's only 2 games, so don't put a lot of stock in 2 games of stats, But we would like to be 100%, but realistically, third down, 50% on third downs is pretty good. And you just got to keep them into that third and short, third and medium. You have a chance. The third and long, I'm sure the national average drops drastically, and that's what happened to us last year.
Sure you will satisfy, or at least I know the points and getting more of those, yes, but ball distribution, getting the ball, you got 4 or 5 receivers out there. Maybe not so much the backside of the field, but it seems to me like the talent level and the ability to catch the ball. I think Nick's completion percentage is 65.
It's 60. It's around 60, which we want a little better than that. You know, we're a little demanding. We'd like it to be 65, you know, or 67. But, you know, we've got to spread it around. We've got to, because you got to take what they give you. So if they're taking away something, you got to find somebody else, and that shows the ability that those other guys have, is that, you know, you can depend on trying to get it to them also. So, you know, the more you can spread it around and not be one-dimensional. You saw what happened last year when we were one-dimensional, just getting the ball to Albert Wilson. You know, he might get a lot of stats, but you don't get a lot of wins. So the more we can spread it out, the better. And hopefully we can, you know, guys can come through. You know, we would like to get our percentage up higher than 60. I mean, the 67% would be good. I've been with somebody that was at 70 before, Billy Volick at Fresno State. And, you know, in a high percentage offense, you can do that. So our goals are always higher than where we're at.
What are the challenges you see on film from Air Force's defense?
Oh, very physical, no mental mistakes. You can count that they're going to execute their defense. They played very aggressively. Their secondary, they play a lot of coverages. They play a lot of man. They have the ability to get up in your face and bump you, and press you, and then they'll press and bail, and, you know, kind of mirror you. They'll play some two deep and invert 2D. I mean, they play a lot of different looks, so you can't get fooled, because they could show one and all of a sudden rotate to another in a hurry. And they play so hard. I mean, they're very impressive on how hard they play, and assignment, you know, very detail-oriented assignment, perfect defense that gives you a lot of looks and in the secondary, and every single down they're bringing it. You know, their guys up front, their linebackers, very physical, tough guys.